Are you tired of pushing, stressing, and struggling to control everything? The Stoics taught us, peace isn't found in force, it's found in flow. In this video, discover 10 timeless Stoic rules that will help you release control, embrace the present, and cultivate deep, lasting inner peace. Live fully in the present because it is the only place where life actually happens. The past is gone. The future is uncertain. Yet most people live in one or the other, rarely in the now. Marcus Aurelius said, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good." You don't control the length of your life, but you do control its depth. Focus on what's right in front of you. When you drink your coffee, just drink the coffee. When you speak with someone, give them your full attention. When you walk, walk. This is not about romanticizing the moment. It's about fully inhabiting it, mind, body, and spirit. The richness of life isn't found in a someday that may never come, but in this breath, this word, this experience. Distraction is the enemy of presence, and when you are not present, you miss your life. Understand the impermanence of everything. Nothing you have is truly yours. Your possessions, your status, your youth, your health, they are all on loan from life. They can be taken at any moment. When you forget this, you grow entitled and complacent. But when you remember it, you grow grateful and resilient. Epictetus taught, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This is not morbid, it is liberating. Because when you accept that everything is temporary, you begin to cherish things while they last, rather than mourning them once they're gone. The Stoic doesn't fear change, he embraces it because change is life. Flowers bloom and they wither, so do we. What matters is how fully we live in the time we are given. The more you resist impermanence, the more you suffer. But when you flow with it, you find peace in the very heart of uncertainty. Practice radical acceptance. Life will not go according to your plans. People will disappoint you. Circumstances will change. Outcomes will defy your expectations. You can fight all of this, or you can accept it. Not with defeat, but with strength. Acceptance does not mean you approve of everything. It means you recognize what you cannot change and stop wasting your energy on it. The Stoics divided life into two categories: what is within your control and what is not. Your actions, your thoughts, your responses, those are yours. Everything else is external. Let go of your obsession with controlling the uncontrollable. Epictetus said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." Imagine a storm at sea. You cannot stop the storm, but you can steer the ship. That is Stoic acceptance. You face life as it is, not as you wish it were. You respond with virtue, not resistance. Learn to let go. Whatever you hold too tightly controls you. You are not free if you are bound by past regrets, future anxieties, the need for approval, or the illusion of certainty. Letting go does not mean losing. It means choosing what to carry. Some burdens do not belong to you. Others no longer serve you. Seneca said, "He who is brave is free." It takes courage to let go of anger, of expectations, of the past. But when you do, your hands are open to receive what is here now. Letting go is a daily practice. You will have to remind yourself again and again, this thought is not reality. This emotion will pass. This situation is not under my command. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your failures. You are not other people's opinions. Let go of what chains you. Freedom begins there. Practice mindfulness, not as a trendy habit, but as a discipline of awareness. Mindfulness means noticing your thoughts without being carried away by them. It means creating space between stimulus and response. You see something, you feel something, but before you react, you pause. That pause is power. Marcus Aurelius said, "Confine yourself to your mind will wander. Bring it back." You will spiral into what ifs and what should have beens. Interrupt the spiral. Observe your inner world like a calm, impartial witness. Do not judge your thoughts. Do not chase them. Watch them come. Watch them go. You are not your thoughts. You are the one observing them. When you are mindful, you no longer react. You respond. You no longer panic. You act with poise. Mindfulness is armor against chaos. It protects your peace. Practice it in small things, washing dishes, walking, breathing. Then carry it into larger challenges, conversations, decisions, conflict. Stillness in the mind leads to clarity and action. Use silence as a tool of wisdom. In silence, you hear what noise drowns out. You reflect, you listen, you observe. The Stoics were men of contemplation, not of empty chatter. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But to realize anything, you need silence. You need space. In silence, your mind settles, your impulses slow. You consider before speaking. You feel before reacting. And what you say, when it finally comes, carries more weight. Seneca wrote, "It is quality rather than quantity that matters. Say less, but mean it. Do not speak merely to fill the air. Let silence do its work. Let it teach you who you are. Practice moments of quiet, not just for escape, but for alignment. In silence, you return to yourself. You realign with your values. You become intentional once more. Enjoy the journey, not just the outcome." Most people are trapped in the future, obsessed with results, accolades, achievements. But life happens in the process, in the effort, in the discipline. Epictetus advised, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens, happens the way it happens." The journey is where you grow. The outcome is never guaranteed, but the process always belongs to you. You train, you study, you build, you fail, you try again. These are the sacred parts. This is where your character is shaped. When you fixate on results, you poison the present. But when you embrace the process, you free yourself. You find joy in the doing, not just the having. You become less anxious, more fulfilled. You run for the love of running. You write for the love of writing. You give for the love of giving. That is the Stoic path. Find joy in the simplest things. In a world that equates happiness with consumption, the Stoics offered a radical truth. Contentment is internal. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Look around. You are surrounded by gifts. The sun, the breath in your lungs, the laughter of a friend, the quiet of morning, these are enough, more than enough. When you chase more, you miss what is. Gratitude is the antidote to craving. The Stoic finds wealth in simplicity. A life lived with awareness, purpose, and virtue is richer than any life of indulgence. Eat slowly. Walk barefoot, watch the sky change color, listen to silence, read deeply, be kind. These are the true luxuries. When you lower your needs, you raise your peace. True power lies not in accumulation, but in appreciation. Master the art of gratitude. Gratitude reframes the world. It turns not enough into abundance. It transforms suffering into growth, loss into appreciation. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Begin with this thought each day, and you'll carry a different energy into the world. Gratitude is not denial, it is recognition. Even amid hardship, something remains. A lesson, a strength, a connection. Gratitude keeps you grounded. When others complain, you observe. When others envy, you appreciate. This does not mean you lack ambition, it means you pursue without desperation. You act, but you are not defined by results. You receive, but you do not cling. Practice gratitude every day. Write it, speak it, live it. It will reshape your mind and redirect your focus from scarcity to sufficiency. Appreciate solitude, not loneliness, but solitude. The deliberate choice to be alone with yourself. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." Solitude is a sanctuary, not a punishment. It is where you return to center. It is where you ask yourself the difficult questions without noise or interference. Most people flee themselves. They hide in noise and screens and distraction. But the Stoic faces himself. He retreats not to escape, but to realign. In solitude, you examine your day. Did I act with virtue? Did I respond with patience? Did I live intentionally? This is the practice. Solitude builds clarity. It builds self-trust. It builds strength. Be alone without fear. In that silence, you will hear the truth of who you are. You will remember what matters. Practice emotional discipline. The Stoics were not unemotional. They were in control of their emotions. Anger, envy, fear. These are natural, but not necessary. They arise, yes, but you do not have to obey them. Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." You will be tested. You will feel the heat of life, but you do not have to burn. Observe your emotions. Ask, where does this come from? Is it useful? What would a wise person do now? Emotional mastery does not mean suppression, it means direction. You direct your energy, your passion, your intensity toward what is virtuous and purposeful. You become a force, not a fire. You do not deny what you feel, but you choose how you act. This is the path of maturity. This is the Stoic strength, not coldness, but clarity. Respond, don't react. The reactive man is a slave to insults, to praise, to triggers. The responding man is free. He chooses, he reflects, he pauses. Marcus Aurelius advised, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment. Every event in life is neutral. You give it meaning. You decide what it will become in your story. Someone offends you. Do you lash out, or do you consider the pain behind their words? You fail. Do you collapse, or do you adapt? You succeed. Do you grow arrogant, or do you stay humble? Reaction is instinct. Response is character. Choose character. Choose control. Pursue virtue above all else. The Stoics didn't chase pleasure or riches. They sought virtue, courage, wisdom, justice, temperance. These are the true goods. Everything else is indifferent. Epictetus said, only the educated are free. Educated not in books alone, but in how to live. Do what is right, not what is easy. Stand firm, even when others waver. Speak truth, even when it costs you. Act justly, even when no one sees. This is freedom. Not the absence of hardship, but the presence of integrity. Life will test you. Let it reveal your principles. Let virtue be your compass, not your ego. The man who lives by virtue can face anything because he has already chosen who he will be in every moment. Serve something greater than yourself. The Stoic is not self-absorbed. He sees himself as part of a greater whole. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, what injures the hive injures the bee. Live not just for your own gain, but for the good of others. Help, contribute, support. You are not an island, you are part of a community, a species, a planet. Use your time, your energy, your talents to uplift. The Stoic does not isolate, he connects. Not out of weakness, but out of purpose. Selfishness shrinks the soul, service expands it. Live in a way that others are glad you exist. Be the calm in someone's storm, be the strength in someone's struggle. This is legacy, not in achievements, but in impact. Face discomfort with courage. Comfort weakens, discomfort strengthens. The Stoics trained themselves to endure, to face cold, hunger, pain, rejection, not for the sake of suffering, but for the sake of freedom. Seneca said, set aside now and then a number of days during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself all the while, is this the condition I feared? Discomfort reveals your attachments. It teaches you that you need less than you think. It proves to you that you can endure more than you imagined. Choose hardship now, so you are ready when life chooses it for you. Do not chase ease, chase excellence. Through challenge, you become unshakable. Hold your values tighter than your desires. The world will tempt you to betray your truth, to chase applause, to compromise for comfort. Resist. The Stoic chooses what is right over what is easy, what is true over what is popular. Ask yourself daily, what kind of person do I want to be? Then act accordingly, no matter the cost. Character is built in the small decisions. Do not trade your integrity for approval. Do not abandon your values for gain. Live by a code that no one can take from you. Align your life with nature, reason, and virtue. This is the Stoic path. Simple, clear, challenging. But it is the path of the free, the calm, the grounded. When you stop forcing things, stop clinging, stop running, you begin to live. You begin to feel the steady rhythm of nature, the quiet voice of reason, the steady anchor of virtue. And you realize, perhaps for the first time, that peace was never out there. It was always within you.